Because I can. Because I can.
Anonymous says, hadn't been in Target in a long time.
In Target?
Which should have been my first sign, but damn, DVD section was 1.5 rows, 0.5 section for CDs, half of which was Christmas. True story, bro.
Yeah.
Well, these things are all going the way of the dinosaur.
Yeah, and if you want CDs or DVDs, you can buy them on Amazon and get them same day shipped, and no one buys physical media anymore. They stream stuff. It's the way of the... Welcome to like 3 years ago, man. Get it together. Get it right together. What are you thinking? What are you doing? Yep.
Anonymous says, thinking about Yoda and Empire, I'm nostalgic for great puppetry and film. My faves include Gremlins, The One-Eyed Witch in Dark Crystal, ED-209, Kermit riding a bike. Do you have any personal favorites? There's this one shot in Gremlins I have always loved. There's a lot of shots in Gremlins I love, but
I was gonna say, yeah.
But specifically one where like the mother is going around the house and she's fighting the gremlins because she knows they're little monsters, and she like peeks into the kitchen.
Yeah.
And there's a gremlin in the kitchen. I think he's eating something out of a bowl, and he like his ear perks up and he looks around, and that looks like a real fucking thing. It looks like a real fucking living, breathing gremlin. I have always been impressed by that one particular shot, and many shots in that movie.
Sure. Yeah, and you know, I'm okay with puppetry in movies, I suppose. I'm trying to think of a specific example of like just a really good puppet. This might be an obvious example, but the entire kind of weirdo puppet plot of Being John Malkovich. Remember that? John Cusack was a weirdo marionette puppeteer.
I remember that. I'm trying to remember the actual marionettes, and I'm drawing blanks.
They were horrifying and weird, and you know, like he would recreate scenes from like dramas and like erotic thrillers with his marionettes. I loved those. Those were fantastic.
Is a thing a puppet or stop motion animation? Well, I think most of that was puppet work.
Gremlins?
Well, no, probably not the thing.
The Thing?
I don't know that they did much stop motion in the thing.
Yeah.
Much. I mean, most films used a variety of different techniques depending upon what they wanted and what specific shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not in the things.
Oh. Shut up. How about that? Shut the heck up. Oh yeah, any of the dinosaurs from Jurassic Park I'll take as part of my favorite puppets in movies. Those things are awesome.
That movie held up really good.
Oh, still does. Still does, man.
Just shot here or there.
What?
I don't know, the big brontosaurus, the first thing you see, looks all that great in hindsight and modern, viewed from a modern eye, but in general, most things in that movie look really fucking good.
Yeah. That T-Rex, man.
Yeah.
T-Rex.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to that T-Rex.
They had a huge T-Rex puppet, right? Yes, but they also blended that with some CGI. It wasn't just the one thing.
Right. That's what made it so special.
I heard they had a lot of problems with the big T-Rex puppet because it was raining in that scene, and it kept getting the outer layer, the foam covering or whatever it was, wet.
Yeah.
Which affected the way it moved. So it got wet. It got wet when it got wet enough. It would move jittery.
That's it. It was like someone with the shakes. It
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah, because the weight was throwing the mechanics off.
Yeah. I bet that was just creepy as fuck. A little shaking T-Rex.
Anonymous says, what's the deal with the fan reaction to The Last Jedi? The silly petition to remove it from canon? And the replies to Jack on Twitter. You need to talk to me about this. Some people seem to take your positive feedback so personally.
I was talking with Jay about that the other day, because Jay is also going through a bit of a Twitter thing where he didn't even like criticize it, but he because of your review.
Yeah.
On Twitter, Jay has been getting a ton of hate on Twitter because you guys were fairly negative towards it. You were critical of it. And so Jay's been getting a ton of hate. I was really positive about the movie. I've been getting a ton of hate. There is no winning. The only winning move is not to play. Goes the saying, all I said, because I really, truly, genuinely enjoyed the movie.
Star Wars makes people literally crazy.
Star Wars does
literally
make people
crazy.
Literally crazy. So I, because I genuinely enjoyed the movie, I did a little tweet, and I was like, hey, yeah, this is a good movie. Good on you, Rian Johnson, for making a good movie, right? And my Twitter feed has been nothing but... And eventually I just turned off all notifications, so I don't even get notifications anymore. But the replies to that original tweet are just like, here's why you're wrong, here's a paragraph on why you're wrong, what about this part is wrong, you're an idiot, how does it feel to be such an idiot when it comes to movies? People are dicks. And it's the same thing for someone like Jay, who was more critical of the movie, and people are dicks. People are dicks about the whole thing.
Why can't you just tightrope walk across the rope?
That'd be nice. I'm sure there's a way to do that, but I don't care. That would have been nice. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know why. What it is specifically about Star Wars that gets people riled up. I guess I'm used to it because it's also with video games. People are the same way with video games.
Yeah.
They get really riled up when you don't like something or dislike something exactly the way they liked it or disliked it.
And exactly the way they liked or disliked it.
Exactly. It has to be exactly the way I dislike. Like, even if you dislike it, you didn't dislike it like I disliked it, so then you're trash. Right? People are awful. People are awful. Are awful falafels, man. So I don't even know. Oh, what did I have to do here again? I don't know what to tell you, man. Let me see right now. Today. I gotta light the sacred flame. Still gotta do everything. This game does something really awful where if someone has something important to say, they decide to break it up into chunks.
Yeah.
So you have to, like, talk to them over and over again to get all of their chunks. Just give me the information in a... Yes, a million times I've heard the rumor. Alright, I need to bring fire to the flames somehow, or the phoenix statue somehow. Great.
What are the prereq plans for the upcoming Christmas weekend?
Yes!
That's a great question. You definitely won't be around.
I will not be around. I'm gone.
And I'm not even 100% sure what I'm gonna have to do with visiting so and so, and when I'm gonna need to visit them yet.
Yeah. So we might be taking an extended time off.
Like, I don't want to say anything because I may or may not end up streaming. I may end up streaming like on the 23rd, or I may end up streaming on the 27th. That's like a 4-day swing, and
yeah. So the answer to that question is we don't know. Rest in peace.
"24-hour Christmas Day stream, please."
Uh,
I don't know if that's particularly likely.
Right? Yeah, so no matter what, I'm gone for a while. You probably won't see me for a few weeks. That is not an exaggeration. At least 2 weeks.
Well, what's the deal then? So we're definitely Christmas Eve is
off.
Yeah, for you for sure.
For me for sure. Christmas Eve is off.
Like what about the Wednesday after that?
I'm gone.
You're gone.
I'm gone. And the Wednesday, and then the Sunday and Wednesday after that, I'm gone.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So you won't see me for at least 2 weeks.
All right, my solo streams are awful.
As people like them. People like them.
I may like next Sunday, maybe we'll just say no, nothing that weekend.
Okay.
And then I'll try and do a solo the week after that, the Wednesday, the week from now, and then that Sunday I'll try and do a solo or
it's up to you.
see if I can get someone else here with me. I don't know.
Sure. That is up to you.
Finish Ghostbusters, you fuck. I did last stream.
Yeah. Yeah. Where have you been? Yeah, we finished Ghostbusters on Sunday, man. Get it together. So yeah, well, it's a big we'll see, and yeah, basically, Rich, if you know ahead of time or when you know ahead of time, just let me know and I'll tweet it out.
Yeah.
And so follow the Twitter people.
Just to reduce stress, I'm gonna the upcoming Sunday weekend stream will say no.
Yeah, I mean that's Christmas Eve.
But 2 weeks is a long time to go without either of us. So after that, the following Wednesday a week from now, I'll do some kind of solo something.
Sure.
And then the Sunday after that, I'll do some kind of solo something.
Okay. Yeah, and then like I won't be here Wednesday the 3rd, but I'll be back the 4th. So maybe we can do something on the 4th.
All right.
One of those situations. 2 mermaid springs to teleport. Oh, I think
Dead Rising 2 perfect run? I might. Look, I'll find something to do.
Yeah, Rich will find something to do. Oh yeah, that's exactly what Rich would like, a Kingdom Hearts stream.
No,
Rich would love that.
Absolutely not going to happen. I'll probably play something I like, and I'll try to do it well.
That makes sense. That just makes too much sense, Rich. Do something you enjoy? Ew.
I know.
Ew. Oy. A lot of backtracking.
Need to resurrect Jesus Christ. Shut up already. People rioted when we did those. Play some retro games on the Raspberry Pi. I'm not sure how legal that would be.
Illegal.
Yeah.
In fact. Yeah.
I feel very little guilt when I have this shit sitting in a drawer somewhere or a crate with old Nintendo games.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. You know.
It's not illegal if nobody snitches. Somebody always snitches.
There's a snitching algorithm, man. No one has to snitch anymore. They've turned computers into snitches. Jack would snitch. I would not snitch.
True Blue Review says, my only question about The Last Jedi. How are the Porgs compared to the Ewoks? Is it better or worse that they don't do shit? Also, I thought I was immune to wanting toys or something until I saw Imperial BB-8. Porgs are better than Ewoks.
Yeah, Porgs were fine, man. They were just there. They didn't like Ewoks. They gave a whole plot line to Ewoks. The Porgs were just the scenery.
They're there to sell toys.
Yeah. The Porgs were
but in a less obtrusive way than the Ewoks were.
Right. The Ewoks, remember, like, had to save the day and had a little dance party afterwards. Nah, Porgs were fine.
Brick Yeager says, Disney Star Wars like any type of world building. There's no information on the political landscape of the galaxy. When they asked to help in movie, I bet they heard, get a job, because nobody gives a fuck.
What?
It lost me like halfway through.
What?
When who asked who to help in the movie?
What? 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 What are you talking about?
The thing near the end with the we have to do this, and then nobody answered that?
Read that again?
All right. Disney Star Wars lack any type of world building. It does. There's no information on the political landscape of the galaxy. When they asked for help in movie, I bet they heard "get a job" because nobody gives a fuck.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's what they're talking about. Yeah. I guess my only counter argument is in that type of fantasy setting, like, how much world building is necessary?
Do you remember when the expanded universe and the prequels tried to do world building?
Right.
Do you remember how that turned out?
Do you remember the Senate hearings? Remember that? That was world building. You know, it's Star Wars. You need good guy, bad guy. Go.
Do you remember the wacky space casino? Do you remember the wacky 50s diner? Do you remember the Force salamanders? Oh god, I hate that universe. Nice guy Eddie 57 says, any chance we might get to see more Binding of Isaac?
I love the Binding of Isaac, and I would love to play more of the Binding of Isaac. I you know, kind of throw that on the pile of stuff I've played a million times, but there's always a chance. I do like to keep the games new and fresh, unless we can get more entertainment out of them, or Rich and I are enjoying them so much that.
Oh, the people in the chat are confused. Yeah, the Star Wars expanded universe is salamanders that nullify the Force. They also have, don't they have Force vampires?
They do have Force vampires.
There are Jedi witches. Such a rich and marvelous universe.
I'm just skipping this all, which is a mistake because now I don't know what I need to do, but I just needed to skip that all. I couldn't do it anymore. Guys, I could not fucking listen to it anymore.
Rich, give us your pitch for episode 9 to save Star Wars. I don't have it.
Yep.
I don't have it. I don't know, I guess they're gonna kill Kylo Ren. Then you win the war, I guess. I don't know. Here's what I think they should have done with Star Wars. They should have ended it in 1983 with the release of Return of the Jedi.
Oh.
Because they told the complete story.
Oh, interesting.
In the universe that story was designed to be told in.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, that would have worked. That would have worked just fine. Oh, shit.
Will Star Wars survive its own fandom? Well, yeah, but it's going to be a continually more and more mutated and ugly thing as time goes by.
It's like, it's not mutated, it's... I mean, yes, mutated is a decent way to put it, but it's like...
It was a beautiful person that now just keeps growing more and more tumors.
And how about it's a tree that grows more rings? It's with time. It's the like you said, Star Wars was, I mean, heck, originally it was just meant to be the one movie,
Right?
and then like we got lucky and we got another 1.5 decent movies out of it.
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be it, but they keep trying to build more.
Because they will
off
throw
of it.
money at anything with that logo on it.
Of course.
And of course they're going to do that. It makes sense.
And so what we have here, like with the new ones, with Force Awakens and Last Jedi, we have a property that is now 40 years old that modern day filmmakers are trying to apply modern sensibilities to, and it's not quite fitting nice for some people. I don't know if I would call it tumors, if I would just call it like the new coat of paint. And it might not work with all of the old fixtures.
A new coat of paint over what was previously a very beautiful stained piece of wood craftsmanship. Just painting it flat red or something.
Gotta keep up with the times. Flat red is the hot new look, Rich. Gotta sell your house. You gotta sell your house, so you gotta paint it.
Putting outdoor carpeting over those beautiful hardwood floors.
You know, sometimes that's the call you gotta make. Sometimes that's it. I did it, Rich. I messed up. I messed up big time. I need to let you know.
Oh my god, it's the restored Jesus painting. Yes. The Jesus fresco, do you remember this?
Oh, yeah, the old lady tried to fix it.
The old lady at the church volunteered to restore it, and the results are amazing. It actually worked out for them in the end. I believe they now sell tickets to see it. The hipsters that want to see the fucked up Jesus painting.
Not even the hipsters, just everyone wants to gawk at the mess. Yeah. So really, that metaphor kind of works because The Last Jedi is still doing very well in the box office because people want to look at the freak. I missed something big.
And she completely mutilated it. Paid to see ruined painting. Yes, it's Star Wars. It's Star Wars.
Oh, damn it. Kushi went off all by herself. Who's Kushi? Oh, I wasn't... Oh. I did something really dumb because I was frustrated, and now I don't know what to do. Oh, no, there she is. Everything's fine. She's right here. Everything's fine.
Mummy Buddy 111111 says,
Alright.
Speaking of fans getting upset about things.
Yeah.
I just watched the video of your stream of the Berserk game.
That anime Berserk game, yeah.
I'm assuming. And the comments in that video got straight up hateful.
Oh, man.
Anyways, happy holidays.
Yep.
Whatever. Just this guy says, a genuine happy holidays to you guys. Let's celebrate what's really important in life. Spending time with family. Sneaking away from family to play video games. And agreeing with me about Star Wars.
Well, depending on where you lie in that spectrum of Star Wars, it's possible that one of us might agree with you on Star Wars, but, we'll see. So, good luck. I do think, I'm not a crazy person. I do think there is genuinely some valid criticism of The Last Jedi. Like, it has some problems.
Mm-hmm.
to me, those problems don't matter. Like, oh, in the whole, I liked it, but it does have some problems, including, I think, one that I can talk about.
Yeah.
That is not a spoiler in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Here's kind of a big problem I had with The Last Jedi. It's Laura Dern's dress.
Her hair is far more distracting to me.
I know you said that. Laura Dern has the pink hair.
Yeah.
Or purple hair, or whatever color it is,
Yeah.
right? And I remember you talked to me about this yesterday. You're like, weren't you distracted by her hair? And I said, oh, no, hair's fine because, it's space and she's right next door to a giant fish monster. So, yeah. I'm not worried about her hair. I said there were two things about Laura Dern that bothered me. One, the little metal halo on the back of her head. Like, I just wanted to know what that was. But more importantly, her dress, she was wearing this, like, skin-tight, sheer cocktail dress.
Yeah.
But she was a war general. I was like, what the fuck are you wearing?
A cocktail dress and then, like, the hair of, like, a college student.
Exactly. Like
that's not a general. That's not a world leader.
And it's like, I know that, like, Mon Mothra wore, like, the white flowy gown.
But she looked like a diplomat.
She did. She looked like someone in charge. And Laura Dern's cocktail dress bothered me. Obviously that was just a costume choice, and that's a nitpick. But that specifically bothered me. So I don't know. Obviously, there were bigger problems to the movie than Laura Dern's cocktail dress, but I get, like, every scene she was in, I found just I wasn't watching her face. I was just I was like judging her on her outfit, and I thought, well, why would you wear that dumb outfit? So. Golden Gooch, I don't think that's true. Golden Gooch says it's meant to highlight how far down the pecking order they had to find her as the replacement, and no, that's not true.
I didn't get that impression.
Remember, Poe said, like, "Oh, that's the hero of this." Blah blah. No, she was a high up general. That is, you're incorrect. I'm sorry. I think that was just the outfit choice.
To be fair, the Rebels let anyone be a general.
I mean, there's the Rebels.
Do you remember in Return of the Jedi when it was General Solo?
That's true. I mean, they have very low standards. a thief and a smuggler.
The smuggler that's been hanging out with him. Yeah, let's make that guy a general, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
That guy who betrayed General Solo, sold him to the Empire and to a fat slug. Well, let's make him a general too.
He seemed to know what he was doing. I mean, he got General Solo.
He beat our general.
Can we get him? Can we get him on our side? How much money do we have? Because that would be great.
It's like they're hiring people to direct Star Wars movies.
Oh.
That guy can do it. Nah, enough of that guy.
Can we go back to the first guy? I liked a lot of what Ryan Johnson did.
Those comedy guys we hired to be our general, yeah, they're making a comedy. Just fire them.
Like, that general we hired who was really good at cannons? He's using his cannons all the time. We don't like that anymore. We told him not to use his cannons so much. Oh, that's great. No, there was, visually speaking, there was a lot of very striking imagery in The Last Jedi. I think Ryan Johnson, he did more good than bad, in my opinion.
Wasn't Lando a general too in Return of the Jedi? Am I imagining that?
Everyone's
a general.
A general. Everyone's a general in the rebellion. Why not? He could have been. He maybe wasn't. I don't know. All those Ewok generals after that battle. General Tub Tub, General Fuzzy Belly, all of them.
Chad, do you really want to see Lando and 9? Do you really want them to throw more meat in the grinder?
No, we gotta do the thing now. General Lando. What was Lando a general? That's actually a decent question. He flew that final mission. I don't know if he was a general or if he was just a commander Calrissian.
I could be wrong, but I thought it was a General Calrissian.
So, we need a fact check. Fact checked on Lando Calrissian's rank in the rebellion.
In Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about one of the books.
Yeah. Yeah, not a book. In Return of the Jedi. Books don't count. He was a general. They're saying.
Okay.
All right.
Anybody can be a general. The guy who just sold out the rebellion heroes to the Empire was made a general, folks.
But he was pretty sorry about it. Hey guys, I'm sorry I sold out your other general. But I tried to make up for it the best I could with, helping out here.
So, like Star Wars, like general, is that like the equivalent of like the rank of private? Private? Is that?
What if in a galaxy far, far away, it's actually flipped?
Yeah.
All new recruits start as generals, and you need to work your way up to private.
General Calrissian, go report to Private Akbar.
Well, he was admiral,
I know,
right?
he was.
Oh no, I'm just trying to think. Like, what if it's like starts at general, goes up to captain? Yeah. Private Akbar. I like that. Oh much talking.
Maybe your Admiral Akbar was just really low rank. Maybe he was just like the communications guy.
Maybe.
So they are reversed.
I like it.
Just Akbar wasn't in charge of shit. He was just doing the communicating.
Right. He was just the guy in the chair.
No thought. No thought at all.
To what?
That universe.
It's fantasy. There wasn't like...
I know.
It was never meant to be...
I understand that, but people put so much into it.
Like, it was never meant to be Star Trek. It was never meant to be dissected into its hierarchy. But here we are. But, this is what we got.
This vast world that was absolutely never designed to be a vast world.
Nope. Supposed to be a silly little space adventure.
Some good space adventure movies that had a beginning, a middle, and an end.
We got some space wizards up in here. You guys like space wizards?
It's now endless schlock.
Yep. Endless schlock.
Len Flakzinski says, Rich, Mike, and Jay Dance Revolution stream? No. What I can't stand about the new Star Wars films is we're never made clear why the First Order is evil or what the Resistance is fighting for. Or why the Resistance is a resistance and not the current ruling body.
this is what have we been talking about this whole time? Star Wars, the good guys, the bad guys. Boom.
Right.
That we are literally. Why is the Empire evil in the first one?
Because we were told they were evil.
Because we were told they were evil. There was a guy in a black suit. He's evil. Boom.
But for simple morality tale, fantasy, yeah.
What I'm asking you, the good viewers, is to give me, an example of the Empire acting evil.
Well, they do blow up Alderaan.
Well, I'm saying at the start of the movie. Like,
Okay.
How do we know they're evil besides just assumptions? Yes, they do blow up Alderaan. Later.
Whatever.
It's
Whatever.
They had the Death Star. No, I'm saying in the first Star Wars, before we knew there was a
Yeah, they do kill Luke's. I was gonna say his parents, but they're not his parents. Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen.
We assume they do.
Obi-Wan
says they do. Some drunk idiot in a cave says they do, right? What I'm saying is, like, could you imagine a world in which they're the good guys and the rebels are legitimately the bad guys? They're smuggling drugs, and the good guys are just trying to shut down a drug smuggling ring. It's... Oh shit, what was I supposed to do? Did I do it? Oh. Yeah.
Wait, what? I thought Rich hates all games from Japan. First things first, I'm not the one who's playing this, Jack is.
Yep.
Second thing, I hate anime. That doesn't mean I hate everything made in Japan, because it was made in Japan. I like the Zelda games, I like Mario, other things I've liked.
There's a lot of things made in Japan. Yeah.
Not a big anime fan. But that's not the same thing.
You really like Vanquish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's very much made in Japan.
Very much made in Japan.
Ninja Gaiden.
Oh, there you go. This is your Super Japan.
Yeah.
Super Japan.
About ninjas.
From Software. Very, Japanese
Oh, yeah.
game
Bloodborne,
Boom.
yeah. Soulsborne.
Boom, boom. Basically, stop being an idiot.
But I don't like anime, and I don't like turn-based Japanese role-playing games. So
Right. So you hate everything from Japan.
I hate
get
everything.
it.
Literally everything from Japan.
I get that.
Gobbledygook says, today I went to the doctor's, and he ordered lab screenings for my 40th birthday,
Yay!
including a prostate exam.
Ooh.
Rich, have you done this yet? Jack, are you looking forward to being an old man like Rich?
There's... I am, because it beats the alternative of not being an old man, which, has far worse consequences.
I have not done that, though I did see a doctor a couple years ago.
Okay.
Just a general checkup. They said I was fine.
He said I was fine. Yeah, I'm. I would much rather be an old man than dead. So.
Yeah. Which do you like Japanese cuisine? Isn't there typically speaking a lot of fish in Japanese cuisine?
Yeah.
I would avoid it on principle because I'm allergic to seafood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I were you, I would stay away from
Yeah.
Japanese cuisine. In most cases, I mean, like, they do have some non-fish stuff, but yeah, non-fish stuff. Yeah, like you could do the hibachi. Wait, is this where I came in? Yeah, that's where I came in. You could do hibachi type stuff. But I don't know how bad your allergies are. Some people just can't even go into the restaurants because they make so much fish. So much fish stuff.
Brick Yeager says there must be some type of middle ground between prequels and current movies. Right now, all we got is dumb millennial crowd shipping Raylo, because the only thing you can discuss now is who will fuck.
Maybe you're going to the weird websites, man.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell you, I've never had that conversation with any of my friends. So, you might. Here's the problem with pointing a finger.
Don't go to StarDestroyer.net. I'm presuming that's where they're going.
You know, Rich, every time you point a finger at someone else, you got three pointing back at you. All those people. Oh, all they talk about is who's having sex with who in Star Wars. Yeah, all those people. Come on. It's you.
Wasn't that where the real weirdos used to post their multi-page rants and responses to the Plinkett reviews?
Star Destroyer?
Wasn't the 108-page Phantom Menace rebuttal, wasn't that spawned out of StarDestroyer.net?
I have no idea. I've never heard this before.
Didn't that come from their forums?
I kind of hope it is now, I guess. I have never heard this before, and I don't know.
I'm just presuming that's where the real hardcore, weird, obsessive Star Wars fans hang out.
All right. I'll be with you, but I don't know for sure.
I must read this legend. It's just insanity. It's bile and hate directed personally to Mike, more so than reasoned defenses.
The movies. Yeah. Oh, that's tough to read.
The 108-page rebuttal.
It's like you think to yourself, oh, it's going to be a fun delve into crazy, and it's not. It's not.
Did you read all 108 pages? I don't think I got past the first two.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one.
Somebody wrote a 108-page rebuttal to the Mr. Plinkett Phantom Menace review.
A gotcha, if you will.
Yeah. That is in no way a gotcha or thought out.
It was supposed to be one of those, I'm going to take every one of your points and show you why they're all invalidated. And basically it boiled down to, so you said that there was no good characterization, but you're wrong. So you said that yeah, it was really bad. It was quite something there.
Did you read any of that 10-page letter that was written to you about Stargate? No. No, of course not.
No. Did you hear that we already learned our lesson?
I don't want to compare the two.
No.
One was a hate-spilled venomous attack on Mike's person.
Yeah.
And the other one was just some guy who likes Stargate and wants to share it. So I'm not gonna equate these two things.
That's fair, I guess.
Plus, there's like a 98-page difference between them.
So slightly less crazy.
Yeah, the 10-page Rich needs to watch Stargate letters, somewhat less crazy.
All right.
Yes, PUBG is leaving early access.
That's true. I saw that. How very exciting. How very exciting.
But you read the 110-page one. I read like the first page out of curiosity, and it gave me cancer.
Yes, they have added the kill cam. I've seen actually something that looks very exciting. They've added a kind of a replay cam where you can. It's not just a kill cam. After you die, you can take the whole scene and put the camera anywhere, so you can like follow back like where your killer came from, what they were doing before they spotted you. You can make little action movies.
That's nice.
Yeah, it looks. They've done some work. They've done some work. I don't know if it'll be enough for me to go back to it, but they've put in some work, man.
Are you guys having any fun playing this game? Well, is Jack having any fun playing this game?
No, Rich, we are playing it. Hello.
Or is he just going through the paces to continue the stream?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B there, you know. This part, the game part of the game is really a whole load of not bad. It's not great, and it's not good enough to justify all of the bad in the game, in my opinion. But it's something that I also can do fairly mindlessly enough where I'm okay doing it while streaming. So I'm just going to keep doing it because why not? We don't have anything else better to play at the moment. And I'm kind of curious as to how it ends. So we'll see. I got the ogre liver. Don't worry, guys. I got that ogre liver.
Gobbledygook says, speaking of being healthy and not sitting around and talking about Star Wars all day.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the stand-up timer?
Oh, I do miss the stand-up timer.
Jack, did Rich slowly erode away at your will to live a long life?
You know, the stand-up timer it's a good idea. And we should get back to that.
Why did it go away?
It was just it's hard to keep that up.
Yeah.
You know, because you have to manually set the timer
you know what?
every hour. Are you?
Fuck it.
We just stand up. Hey guys, let's stand up.
Here you go.
Let's stand up.
I hope everyone's happy.
Stand up. Just stretch the legs. Let's get some movement. That's a great idea, everybody. Yeah. Yeah, get the blood flowing.
There you go, there you go.
Get the blood flowing.
There you go, motherfuckers. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
You get your ugly, yellow belly, 2-bit keister out of here by the time I count to 10. 1, 2, 10. Well, there you go. There you go, kids. The problem with the stand-up timer was the hassle that was getting it set up every time. Because what I would do is just like, put an hour timer on my phone. And then if I forgot or if I didn't hear or if we were in the middle of talking about something. Go.
All right. Lick My Love Bits says,
Uh-huh.
theoretically,
Yeah.
a Zelda algorithm could be discovered whereby a computer could spew out infinite iterations. Type in a few keywords, and there you go. Do you feel that this could be possible? Now, what do you mean specifically by iterations? Do you mean automatically make a Zelda game? Through some kind of algorithm?
Like some sort of procedurally generated Zelda game?
I've never used it. I don't think it changes the layout of things, but there is a randomizer for A Link to the Past.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Switches around items, this or that, and difficulties and stuff. Just stuff in general. Yeah.
Oh, that could be fun.
I have never played it. I'm just familiar with it.
Mm-hmm. That could be fun. That's kind of the joy of any sort of roguelike is the procedural generation.
And also kind of the theory with the Bloodborne challenge dungeons, the Chalice dungeons,
What?
the randomized dungeons full of monsters.
Yeah. But I will say this as far as Bloodborne is concerned, I thought the weakest part of Bloodborne, the Chalice dungeons.
I didn't mind them.
Oh no, I didn't mind them. In a game that was exceedingly good, those were just kind of okay.
I kind of like them.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not. They didn't have the same drive for me that the rest that the rest of the game had, so I lost interest in those mighty quickly.
You might find neat stuff. Some kind of randomly dropped rare version of a weapon.
Sure, that's true.
Random gets boring after a while. Everything feels cookie cutter and nothing is unique. Tell that to Master of Orion too.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's a lot of good random games out there.
Crypt of the Necrodancer is fucking great.
Isaac, Spelunky. There's too many good examples of good random games where
You might be playing games that have done it poorly. Maybe they didn't have enough variety.
yeah. And even in games like Isaac or Spelunky or Enter the Gungeon, where you start to learn
FTL.
FTL, that's another one, where you can kind of figure out the pattern, where you go, oh, I think this is going to happen here if I do this. That's just mastery of the mechanics. That's part of the joy of the games. So, yeah. Hand of Fate. To a lesser extent, Hand of Fate.
They're a 3D world that is randomly generated and also good. The 3D worlds that do this often, like I said, you have the Bloodborne dungeons, but a lot of times stuff like that, it's like just paste and cut sections rearranged, more so than a fully randomized world. But I think it's terrible.
A procedurally generated 3D world.
Yeah.
We just played that glider one.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was that called?
Superflight.
Superflight.
Strafe.
Yeah, Strafe did it poorly. Strafe did. I did not much care for the way Strafe did it.
Some of the stages flat out aren't randomized too.
Right.
It's just These rooms always look this way. I mean, I get the feeling they're talking about maps specifically
Okay.
being randomized.
Yeah. I don't know if I have a good example of a good 3D map randomizer. What does the chat have to say about this? You guys think of anything?
Like, it's not even really a 3D game, but XCOM 2 had
Oh, sure.
randomized
sure.
patches of land.
Yeah.
Randomized Doom ones. Doom is like 2.5D, but I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if that counts.
But Rich, I don't want to play a game over 30 times just to maybe see an item that didn't spawn in my last playthrough. Well, that's not why you play roguelikes.
No, that's not what I play.
You play them to get to the end, and it's different every time.
Finding new items is, is part of the things that keep you playing them, but,
It's not the goal.
Also, there's plenty of non-roguelikes out there, so don't worry. You won't be hit up for one.
Right.
To only play roguelikes. You're going to be fine. Don't worry, kid. You're going to be fine.
XCOM is pseudo-random because they are fitting chunks together. Well, I think every 3D game that has tried to have random map generation has had a system like that. Except for maybe Superflight. I'm not sure how they do it. but that's... those are so abstract.
Sure. Yeah, those are just chunks, And it's not like you have to crawl around them or anything. Oh, shit. I need a key. Do I have a key? No, I don't have a key.
Anonymous says, the difference between Star Trek and Star Wars is that Trek is optimistic because there is an entire galaxy to explore, and Star Wars is the most pessimistic story because it's a galaxy always at war. Well, that's not quite so true these days, is it?
Oh, no. That's accurate. That's an accurate statement, right? That's, oh, no. It's all war. It's all war.
Ethan Mage says, here's $15 Xmas tip.
Thanks, Ethan.
Now that I bribed you, JK,
Yeah.
my Xmas wish is for the highly asked for Metal Gear Rising stream. Hope 2018 will be great for you and your family. You to chat. Thank you. Thank you.
There we go. Oh.
I feel like the original Star Trek was the Twilight Zone in space? I don't see it. I really don't see it.
I suppose weird stuff happens every week.
Sure, but
I guess there's an argument.
I think you're a long ways away from just like basically the Twilight Zone in space.
Maybe you don't understand the Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone is usually a morality tale with a big twist.
Karma of some sort is going
Yeah.
on. Love me some Twilight Zone. But
Love me some Twilight
But
Zone.
I don't think that Star Trek is the Twilight Zone in space. At least not, the original series. I don't see it. I don't see it.
Yeah.
City on the Edge of Forever could have been a Twilight Zone. Maybe that one, yeah, but like in a general sense, I don't know.
Yeah.
Amok Time is not a Twilight Zone episode.
Amok Time.
Spock in Heat.
Right.
He really needs to get laid, and so he beats up Captain Kirk. That is not a Twilight Zone episode.
Unless the twist is that he ends up having sex with Captain Kirk. Like that, then now you got a Twilight Zone episode.
I always forget the name of the episode, but it's a damn fine original series episode. The first one that had Romulans, where they have to destroy the cloaked Romulan ship before it gets back into Romulan territory. And it's like it's a whole episode of just submarine combat where Kirk is making tactical decisions to counter the Romulan guy who's making tactical decisions.
Yeah. See, that's
Balance
good
of
stuff.
Terror.
Ooh, Balance of
That is not a Twilight Zone episode. Mud's Woman. Not really a Twilight Zone episode.
Mud's Woman.
The Harry Mudd episode. Or one of the two, but what was the name of that creature on the mining planet who burrowed through rock?
I don't
Hordak?
remember. I don't remember anything, man.
No, it wasn't Hordak. Not a Twilight Zone episode. Wasn't the original pitch basically Horatio Hornblower in space? No, the original pitch was cowboys in space, because cowboys were popular at the time, and Roddenberry was just trying to sell it. I believe, what's his name? The guy who directed Wrath of Khan and Undiscovered Country. What's his name? He's the one who I think made the Horatio Hornblower comparisons to Star Trek. Nick Meyer, thank you. I think he's the first one who compared it to that. Shit. Shit. Are the other Star Trek series as good as TNG? No. None of the Star Treks are as good as TNG. But the original series and Deep Space Nine are really fucking good.
Well, and if you can deal with the effects for the time, I think the original series has some decent episodes,
Sure it does. Sure it does.
But yeah, it's no TNG. It's no TNG, man.
What do you think is the appeal of the Star Wars IP? Even kids who grew up with the prequels, I don't know, let's scroll up, I'm never going to find it again. Lightsabers.
I want to be a Jedi. I want to have the superpowers.
I think even more specifically the lightsaber. Would you give a shit about Jedi if they did not have the lightsaber? Let's say they just use guns like everyone else.
But they still had the mind powers?
They still had the mind powers.
Mind powers are pretty awesome, man.
All right. I think it's very specifically the laser sword.
I would like to say it's the combination of the both, because here's what I would say. If they had laser guns but like could still move things with their mind, awesome. If they couldn't move things with their mind but just had the laser swords, still kind of awesome.
I prefer that.
Huh?
I
know
prefer
you prefer
that.
Yeah. But I think it's the combination of both. So I like the powers, man. Telekinesis is awesome. But I could see someone who had the the mind powers and a cool laser gun. Laser guns, man.
Yeah.
Laser guns are great.
Lots of things have laser guns.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Rish Evans says, "Hey guys, Rich, have you heard of or read The Three-Body Problem? It sounds vaguely familiar, but I know nothing about it. It's hard sci-fi at its very best. Also, what are some sci-fi tropes you both despise or grow tired of? Keep up the fantastic work." I'm sorry, I'm just not familiar with it.
The Three-Body Problem. That sounds familiar. Sci-fi trope I'm tired of. Okay, well this goes beyond sci-fi.
Okay.
This is fucking. I hate the Chosen One.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was gonna say the Chosen One.
The Chosen One. The Chosen One is the laziest writing any writer can write. He's the one who will bring peace because he is the one who will bring peace. The Chosen One needs to the Destined One. Yes, all of those BBSs. Hold on, I'm gonna grab another drink.
I would love to see a story, Jack.
Okay.
Right?
I'm with you.
Some kind of fantasy story.
Yeah.
Where the Chosen One has to take the sacred item and do the sacred thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then the Chosen One gets killed and the sacred item gets destroyed. And the other characters, early in the story.
Sure.
And then the other characters have to find a way to solve the problems despite all that shit on their own.
I like it.
Yeah.
Like the first 20 minutes is a whole movie compressed into that 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But then our hero
bites it.
Nice.
Just rock slide or something destroys them and the sacred object.
And everyone else is like, shit.
We need to raise an army.
Do we have a plan B?
Right.
That's the name of the.
That's Plan B.
The name of the movie is Plan B. Yeah. How much agency does it remove from your character if they are destined to do the thing at the end? There's no choice involved. There's no character moment. There's no decision making. It's I'm going to slay the beast because it was written down that I'm going to slay the beast.
Right.
You might as well say the script says I slay the beast, so I guess I have to. There's no agency.
Now the person who wasn't destined to slay the beast has to slay the beast, and they have to do it without the sacred thing that is the only thing that can defeat the sacred beast.
Right, so maybe they have to make some decisions. Maybe there's some failure along the way.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe we get to know them as a character and we can, project ourselves. Like, that's... And that's not to say that there can't be, like, the special circumstances. Spider-Man, right? Mm-hmm. Spider-Man, Peter Parker got superpowers and then fucked off with them for a little bit. But then, he wasn't chosen to be the hero of New York. He made that decision for a specific reason.
Yeah.
Inferno. Oh, great. I got the firepower. Yeah. Brush Onosaurus. Oh, it's like the water one. Okay. Also, the powers get a little repetitive. So I have a power in Okami where I can make like a water spout happen if there's a water source, and you draw a line from the water to the thing the water goes on. Now, if I have a fire source, I can draw a line from the fire to the thing I want to light on fire. So it's very similar things. So, Samurai does it well. True Blue Review says Samurai does it well of a destined hero failing to defeat the big villain, dealing with the consequences. Is that a movie, Samurai, or book, or Samurai? I think. Oh, were you guys telling?
See, I want to say, though, people who aren't the Chosen One need to do what the Chosen One. He was the only one that could do it, but they have to do it.
So
they don't have the powers, and they don't have the fate behind them.
But like, were they? You know, help me write the movie. Were they the Chosen Ones, like posse, or were they just people down in the village?
I could deal with it either way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. So like you know,
you could make it like the Squire of the Knights. You know.
Okay. So the movie starts with the hero, the obvious hero.
Oh, sure.
Ripped and everything, walking into the village. And the Ancient One lays out the prophecy.
You know what? I might not even make it the obvious hero. I might make it the kid who's supposed to rise to greatness.
Oh, then you can kill a kid.
Yeah.
And now you're talking. Because then the kid dies. And that makes.
And then Han Solo, the Han Solo character, has to deal with it.
Yep.
Great, I gotta take down the Empire now. I gotta take down the Empire.
I gotta do what? No, it's not Han Solo. It's just
But the one that dies should be like totally the Luke Skywalker.
Of course. And then what was his friend from
I meant
Tatooine?
for great things.
Tubbs? No.
Biggs.
Biggs. I always forget his name. And then like Biggs is just like, well, I'm in the military. Maybe I can do something. How about we just make a plan of action, guys? Perfect. No, it's something that I know I've said before, and something that I truly believe, that like fate and destiny are a lazy screenwriter's tool.
It can work. I'm just utterly sick of it.
No, I just think it's always lazy. Always. It takes away all sorts of agency and urgency and character development from your hero. It can work because it has worked, but that doesn't mean I likes it. We're 2.5 hours into the stream. When are we going to get to spoilers? Once we hit 3, we'll make the last leg of the stream.
Sure, you can talk to me about. I so don't give a shit.
Well, I'm just saying, like, just for general, like, it won't be a super in-depth thing. Yeah, Rich already did his thing
I'm not
about
sitting
it.
here with a bunch of things to say about it.
Oh no, but if the chat wants to chat about it, I know you already did a thing.
I already said it. I barely found enough to say about it then.
Right? That's fair, Rich. Where am I? Ah. Who are these guys?
Look, my love bit says, Rich, what is the... I think this is supposed to be algorithm, but it's algorithm. Ritium for an episode of TOS episode. What words do we type into the machine? That tip made no sense, and I can't answer it because it literally makes no sense. I guess they just want to know what made for the original series episodes.
Sure.
I don't know. I never really broke it down. I just watched episodes and enjoyed them. Honestly.
Yeah.
Do you care much for the original series?
I've seen a few episodes here or there. You know, it's hard to watch because the effects and the settings and the staging hasn't aged particularly well. But I've seen a few episodes here or there. I've never been a huge fan of it. No. I'm a TNG kind of person.
I never really broke it down like that. I can't tell you what I think specifically. What elements make for a good TOS episode?
Sure. Like, you know, good TNG is a deep and thoughtful moral conundrum on a weirdo alien planet with weirdo alien rules. That's the best.
Something, Kirk takes a risk. Risk pays off. The end. I don't know.
Something Kirk takes a risk. It's like I'm in the writer's room.
No, it's usually Spock solving all the problems.
Yeah.
They'd have been fucked without Spock.
Well, he was the superhero.
Spock couldn't lead, though.
No.
There's an episode we tried. There was a shuttle crash that landed. Spock was on it, and he was in command. And he's, shockingly enough, not good with people.
Whoa, what?
Spock's just not good with people.
One of those episodes of, like, Spock is saved, everybody's asked way too many times, we need to show his weakness.
Yeah, something like that.
Like, people are just starting to wonder why Spock isn't the captain. We should do something about that.
Why was Spock not the captain? He was too logical. That sounds like a strange thing to say.
You know, Spock did not...
I highly value logic myself,
yeah. But there is a human element...
right.
When it comes to saving lives that, you know, a robot wouldn't be good at necessarily. Whereas Spock would say, you know, Spock would easily say, if we let this one crewman die, we can all live comfortably.
Needs of the many.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. The one. Kirk would say, we don't leave one man behind.
Right.
We must get that crewman. Don't you understand, Spock? If we leave him behind, what are we as men?
Then after the guy inevitably dies, when Spock's in command, we need to have a funeral. That would be a waste of resources. Take the body to the galley and have it prepared for eating.
Captain,
terrible leader.
His nutritional contents could be added to our replicator system. Don't you understand? Yeah, terrible leader. I gotta go.
Vulcan ships probably do that, don't they?
Eat their dead?
Oh, yeah.
Don't they have a burial thing? Or no, they just jettison.
Yeah, I guess they do. I don't know.
They have a. I thought they had a. Yeah, they have a thing.
It always feels weird when they try to give Vulcans like all this religious ceremony type stuff. It feels so contradictory.
Yeah, yeah. Is it religion or is it just what do they call
Well,
it?
certainly ceremony.
It's ceremony, yeah, but it's not necessarily religion.
Quasi-religion?
There's probably a better word for it than religion. Just oh well. How can I start a fire? That's the question. Not open. A key for you. Oh, I got some puzzles to solve.